I'm in a place that the local council a few years ago in a tourist drive christened Basingstoke. Bit of a push that. I'm in Basingstoke. What am I doing here in Basingstoke? Well, today I've come to a Beefeater, and I've come here for two reasons. Reason number one, I had a look online, looked for the worst place on the Google reviews in Basingstoke, and it's here at the Beefeater, the Spruce Goose. Interesting. Chains can be a bit of a mixed bag, can't they? Especially chains that are attached to a Premier Inn. But the other reason I've come here is it looks like they've got some really, really good value lunchtime deals. So I'm going to wonder how they stack up against this worst place in Basingstoke kind of idea. Because they've got some main courses here for less than £8 on a lunchtime deal. And starters to go with them, they're under £4. That sounds really good value to me. But is it actually going to be any good? Well, let's get inside and find out what it's all about, shall we? Come on. Right folks, we've come in and been seated. It's reasonably busy and it's not a sort of peak time. We're about 3:30 in the afternoon. So yeah, I'm surprised there's so many people in here, to be honest. One thing I've got to mention, we came in, we're greeted by a guy at the door. He's clearly the guy who's running the service today. Brought us to our table and brought 3 menus up. There's a drinks menu, a main menu, and a kids menu. None of these have the £8 lunchtime meal deal on. Now, I asked him about it. He said, oh yeah, we have got that menu, I can get one for you. Now, I think that's a bit cheeky, because this is obviously a deal that's on that they're only giving to people if they already know about it. If you come in, you're just going to be presented with the regular menu and going to be ordering from that. I think that's a bit naughty. I really do. Anyway, here's this menu, 8 mains for under £8, it says here. We've got the burgers, plant-based and beef, gammon steak, steak, egg and chips, fish and chips, a lasagna, a salad, a chicken melt. There are a couple of other things where you've got an additional charge on there. Like for another £1, you can get a steak sandwich. For an extra £2, you can get an 8-ounce rump steak. A couple of things like that. Starters, to add on, just £3.29. Seems reasonable. And you can also add a dessert for £3.29. That is a good price for a dessert, isn't it? Really is. I mean, there's nothing earth-shattering on there, but you don't expect that for £3.29, do you? So, what I think we're going to do, we're probably just going to order one starter to share between us. We'll get a couple of mains just to see how they stack up, and then we'll get one dessert to share as well. Got a couple of drinks on the way. Little decided to order a raspberry iced tea, and I tell you what, it's a glorious day outside, so I've gone for the same. Sounds really nice, that. Nice and refreshing. So, yeah, I'm going to take a look through this menu, pick a couple of options. I'm moving the table around, which the camera's resting on, so Little is shaking her head at me. Mini Spielberg over the table there. Anyway, drinks are going to come. We'll get our order in and see what this food's all about, shall we? Service from our actual server at the table has been really, really nice so far. She seems like a really nice lady. Brought over our raspberry iced teas, so let's give that a try. Wow. That's eye-wateringly sweet. A real sort of, the artificial raspberry flavour you get in, like in those blue ice pop kind of things, or like a slushy, that sort of thing. That kind of flavour, really. Okay, order's gone in. One starter to share between us. We've gone for the barbecue seasoned potato wedges. Nice simple starter, that. Main courses, we've got the steak, egg and chips. That's just a 4-ounce rump steak, so that's quite a small little steak with a fried egg served with chips and peas. Gone for chunky chips on that one. I've also ordered a smothered chicken melt. That's got barbecue sauce on there, cheese, bacon, and that is going to be served with skin-on fries and slaw. Certain person over there, behind the camera, already decided on dessert. Warm chocolate brownie that's served with vanilla ice cream and chocolate sauce. Just £3.29 for that. 620 calories, mind. So I don't know about driving home. She might have to run home. Anyway, that's the order in. So it's not going to be expensive, this, is it? What's that, like just over £6.50 for the starter of the desserts, £8 each for the mains, a couple of drinks. This probably is all going to come in just shy of £30. It's not bad for lunch for two, is it? Okay, folks, the starter has arrived. And I gotta say, it's not the most inspiring looking starter. But for £3.29, what do you expect? Come and have a little look at this. So here are the wedges. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that 5 in there, or is it just, yeah, 5 wedges here? Clearly, just jacket potatoes that have been sliced up and deep fried and topped with some pretty sorry looking parsley. Yeah, that's not amazing. Let's get them out of this bowl so we can have a closer look at them. There we go. Put the bowl to one side. So that's it. I mean, yeah, pretty greasy. Not very inspiring, but it is just wedges, I suppose. Comes with a little pot of barbecue sauce, which clearly is just something that's brought in, I guess. I'm imagining it's going to be the same barbecue sauce that I get on that smothered chicken. But let's give it a try. I mean, this isn't going to take a lot of reviewing, is it? It's hot. Definitely hot. I would say the sauce has got a very strange flavour. Almost acidic. The potatoes are cooked through nicely. That's like obviously just made as jacket spuds, sliced up, deep fried. Yeah. I mean, it's uninspiring. It is uninspiring. But for £3 and a bit, what do you expect? Right, main courses have been delivered. I'm going to start with the steak and eggs, with the chunky chips, peas and salad. So the salad here, just served in a little bowl. A bit of pepper in there, a little bit of sweet corn, lettuce, some little tomatoes, cucumber. Fairly basic kind of thing. The chips, there's not very many of them. Not very many of them at all. But they are chunky. We've got 1 egg here and a piece of steak that's quite thick. Oops. Blimey. It's holding that salad bowl up. So it's quite thick, but it's very diddy, isn't it? Very diddy. Right. Maybe we'll put that out of the way for a second and put the steak here so you can see. Now, I asked for this to be cooked medium rare, okay? Oh, one little tomatoes escaped. Let's put him back over there. What was a little bit odd, I thought, while they were preparing this, I can see into the kitchen here. These plates were put up onto the pass, and then the servers have to go into a little industrial fridge that's placed in the restaurant to get the salad out and the slaw that's on the other plate. A bit odd that, to have that on public view. Anyway, let's cut into the middle of this steak. If you come and take a little look, we'll see how the steak is. Come in a bit closer. We'll see how this... I mean, it's very hard to cut. Very hard to cut. You can see this has connective tissue going through the middle of it here. So that's going to be chewy. That is going to be chewy. Yeah, that's not brilliant. Anyway, let's give it a try. See if we can cut a bit off of the edge. Oh, that's not so chewy. God dear. I know they gave me a steak knife, but a bloody chainsaw might have been more useful. Tastes fine. Nice char grilling on the outside. Like I say, it is a little bit chewy. Quickly do with the chip and the egg, because we've got to move on to the other thing. Crack the egg open a little bit there. It's okay. Chips are nicely cooked. Just chunky chips out of a freezer bag. But yeah, the star of the show. Not brilliant. Right, apologies if there's a bit of background noise in here. I think they're turning the music up. Probably just to annoy me as much as anything. So we got the smothered chicken here now. I mean, it's not especially smothered, it has to be said. There's a little bit of cheese on the top. Can't really see any barbecue sauce on there. And then there's a piece of bacon. Now, I like my bacon crispy, but maybe not quite so cremated as that. I mean, that's burnt. And tastes burnt. Right. Will this be any easier to cut into than the steak was? Fingers crossed, eh? Not a lot. Let's have a little look at this chicken. I mean, it's not too bad looking. You've got some charring on the outside there, where it's obviously been finished up on a griddle kind of thing. I've got to say, it's not the nicest chicken. You know, when you go to the freezer section and you get those little chicken strips, the really cheap ones that you can put into stir fries or curries or something like that. This tastes like a whole chicken breast made like that. Yeah, the texture's all wrong. The chicken here should be kind of crisped on the outside a little bit and nice and juicy in the middle. This has just got a weird texture. Let me try it with the barbecue sauce. God, it's hard to cut as well. And a little bit of that bacon, if I can find a bit that's not properly cremated. Easier said than done. The flavour isn't great. That barbecue sauce really isn't very nice. The texture of the chicken is wrong. The cookery on the bacon is wrong. I mean, I've met with some cheese. That's something, I suppose. No, that is not great. Slaw, I mean, there's only so much you can go wrong with slaw, isn't there? Quite a runny kind of mayo on there, though. Suggesting it's kind of watered down a little bit. Quite bland, not a lot of seasoning there. Obviously, we've got the salad here too. And some little skin-on fries. Let's give them a little try. I mean, they're crispy enough. Not a bad colour to them. But a fry's a fry. It's not bad. But overall, I mean, I think this pretty much is a bargain lunch. But you're getting what you pay for, that's for sure. Okay, it's interesting. They're now playing Smiley Happy People by R.E.M. But after those main courses, this is not a smiley happy person, that's for sure. Maybe this is going to rectify things. We've got a chocolate brownie here, we've got vanilla ice cream on the top and loads of chocolate sauce there. Now I'm guessing this is just going to be one that's bought in. It's likely to be in these kind of places, isn't it? Let's give it a little try. I'll get a little bit of the brownie by itself first and then we'll try some with the ice cream. I'm under strict instructions here not to eat too much of this, because Littler wants to polish it off. So, very gooey. A lot of chocolate flavour to it. Well, it's a real kind of stick to your teeth kind of pudding, this one. Very chocolatey, very chocolatey. And do you know what? It's not unpleasant, it's not bad. Let's try it with a bit of this ice cream, with a bit of this chocolate sauce, and then we'll pass it across to Little Un. She's pulling a face, because she thinks this is too big a forkful. Look how much is left. I think she'll be all right. You know what? It's okay. It is okay. Is it the best brownie I've ever had? No. But it's a long way from the worst. It's not bad at all. Little Un is making hand gestures to me because she wants to grab the thing off me. So I'm going to pass it over to her. I'll get the bill and we'll talk outside. Right then folks, we'll keep this fairly short and sweet. Beefeater here in Basingstoke. Now, like I said at the beginning, when I was looking online, this is the worst reviewed place I could find in the town of Basingstoke. It had 3.7 out of 5. So, that's not terrible, is it? But it's not great. And I think that just about sums it up. It's not terrible, but it's not great. Start with the positives. Reasonably clean, well decorated in there, nice layout in a restaurant, like that. And Jess, our server in there, was really, really friendly, really, really helpful. We like Jess. The rest of it though, it's all a bit meh. That menu thing at the beginning, that really annoyed me. If you've got a special offer on at lunchtime, give everyone that menu, don't wait for them to ask for it. That's naughty. That really is naughty. Also, when I walked in, there's a little machine that you have to type your registration number in. I wasn't advised to do that. It's only because I spotted it a few minutes later, someone else doing it. I thought, oh, I've got to put my car reg in. I'd have ended up with a £100 fine if I hadn't done that. Naughty. Naughty, naughty. Anyway, onto the bill. We had the 2 drinks, the raspberry iced tea, £6.80, potato wedges, £3.29. Nothing special, but only about £3, aren't they? Steak, egg and chips, that steak was pretty dreadful, £7.99. The smothered chicken, also £7.99. Also, pretty awful. And the brownie, which was okay, and Littleham really enjoyed. That gave us a total of £29.36. You know, it's not a lot of money, is it really? And we did leave a tip. There's no service charge on her automatically, but we did leave a tip for Jess, because I think she did a really good job. So, where am I going to score this? That is the question. Where am I going to score it? Like I say, it's not terrible. It's not brilliant. Somewhere pretty much in the middle then, isn't it? Like a sort of 2.5 out of 5. I mean, I think that's fair. I think that's fair. Even though it's a cheap meal, you're getting what you pay for, and maybe not even that. That smothered chicken, Jesus. You get that as a ready meal in Farm Foods or Lidl, and it would taste better than that. It really would. The steak, you know, you need to have a chat with your butchers if you're putting out steak like that. Anyway, does it get Greeno's green light? No, it doesn't get Greeno's green light. But is it a red light? Also no. Also no. It's okay. Not brilliant, not terrible. Bang down the middle. Right folks, if you enjoyed this video of Beefeater here in Basingstoke, why not click that thumbs up for me, show your support for the video, and if you've enjoyed this one, have a little look around, see what else you enjoy, and if you're not yet subscribed, why not click that subscribe button, ding your bell for notifications, and YouTube will let you know when new content comes up. Right, where am I off to now? Well, I'll tell you what, on a day like this, I should be heading back down south to a beach, shouldn't I? It is glorious. I'll see you next time, folks. Bye for now.